Hello, hello. I'm gonna try and do a quick qualifying practice session. It's flirting with trying to have a little bit of music on in the background with some... It's pretty loud in general with the car, so I wouldn't assume you'll be able to hear all that much, but I'm not sure if YouTube will take it down, mute it, or what, but we were gonna flirt with it. Anyway, so this is a quick run to practice qualifying for this. I will be running in the 24-hour major event. They are the people putting on the event. So qualifying works different here than in iracing. So I'm going to have 4 flying laps. You have 2 times to run it. 2 times to get 4 laps in. So I already did my first set, but it wasn't clean. I messed up my last 2 laps with off tracks. And so my fastest was like a 3:57.2 or something, which is not close to what I know I can put down. So this is a practice. Change my brake bias. You also, so you have 4 laps. Everybody on the team has to complete a qualifying session, and then they kind of add all your times up or average it out, and then they put you in splits based on that. So that's how qualifying works in this section, or in this race series. So we're just trying to get to terms with it. I also had way too much fuel in the car in my first session. So I had probably about 1/8 of a tank. I had like 1.5 to 2 laps more fuel in it than I needed, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're qualifying and everybody's this close, it makes a difference. I think there's like 700 and something teams. I mean, everybody was everybody in the session was very close. I was half a second away from, if I had it half a second, which I did easy, I just went off track, I would have gone from being 12th in the session to like 8th. So it makes a difference. So we are trying to flirt with, bad corner, practicing low fuel run for qualifying, and then once this is over, because I'm probably going to do my qualifying run tomorrow night, then it'll be on to just practicing the long runs. Get a few of those in before this weekend. It's going to be good. I'm excited for it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun race. So as of right now, it looks like it's going to be a team of 3 of us, which I was kind of anticipating being 4, maybe 5, which wasn't going to be too bad because this isn't my favorite track in the whole world. So I was like, I'm not married to getting... I haven't put near as much practice into this one as I have other series, so I wasn't too beat up about it. So I'll just get a little more seat time, a lot more seat time. It's gonna go from like 5 hours to 8, which is a fair bit. So now we are going to start a hot lap and see what we can kind of do and see if we got 4 laps to make it count. The biggest thing here is I just got to keep it clean. Got to keep it clean. Because I was almost a second up on my last lap from the one that ended up only counting, but I went off track. So that's the end of it. You have to stay on track. So, not the greatest start to a lap. But again, working on getting your eye in the track. You don't have to be hitting everything on your first flying lap, because we got 3 of them. Well, we have 4 in total, so this will be 1. But in the qualifying session, you just jump straight from the forward chicane and go basically straight into a lap, so you don't really have a warm-up lap either. So, seeing how I put 10 gallons in the tank, we're going to see how that goes towards the end with everything. Too much. Before exit, because I carried a little too much speed into that corner. I'm hoping to get a 356 down in there. My fastest is like a 355, but I was feeling really good that day when I hit that one in a practice session. So the pace is there. Just gotta find it. Just gotta find it. So we're gonna see. Not braked too early there. Which is good to know, so I can brake a little bit later. And that's the thing, is just every lap picking your braking point just a little bit more and more, dialing things in. That was just the trick of it all, so. Bad exit. Spun the tires. Thumbs down, bro. So, clearly not a clean lap, but we'll see where it puts us. And we got a few left. But then you have to be careful, because when you lift off coming in from that left to a right, if you do it just wrong, you lose that whole rear end. There we go, little green sectors everywhere. 58.1. We'll take it. Close. Woo, safe. We're on. Oh, that one felt good. So I want to see if YouTube would let me have a little bit of background music. They're just random songs that I kind of put together that I run to and things, so just see, spice it up a little bit. Want to stay in the middle of the track, especially on qualifying runs. Doesn't save you tons and tons, but just a little tenth here and there. Need to get on the throttle earlier, because I can push that corner a little bit more. Also, I need to stay over to the right when I come into that right-hander and not cut in so early, so I can get a better exit, because if you cut in early, you kind of have to ride that curb, and stops you from getting on the throttle as early as you want. Right here at this 100-meter board. my best exit out of there, but I think I grabbed a few tenths. So we'll take that. Now this one I braked right before the curbing, so we're gonna brake right at the curbing this time, right here, and curbing. A little better. Much better exit as well, so we're gonna gain a little bit of time down this. It's all about the little bits. All about the little bits. I think 10 gallons will be right on the money. Oh, lost time there. Terrible exit. Came in too early. You can't hit that apex. You have to really just be close to that curb. If you hit that curb, it's all over. The car bounces and you just lose all your get up and go out of the corner. No lift. Little lift there. Be wary of the back end. Make sure it doesn't step out on you. Modulate the throttle through this corner. Little lift. Trying to get the car's weight transferred over. Throttle. Out of track limits. Down. That corners. And that's exactly what I did on my last 2 laps. Is that corner. So we're just gonna reset that bogey. Reset. Reset for this next one. Prioritizing getting at least a decent exit out of that Ford chicane. So we can set up for the next lap. Really trying to push that, get that weight shifted as we come over that crest. Really allows you to kind of get that throttle down a little bit more. So they're gonna bump the curb, gotta do a little lift or it's gonna kick into the grass. A little too much speed, but it's all right. That was a hell of a second section. That one felt decent. See, that's exactly what I did. So I had a good first and second lap. Got to my 357, and then the third and fourth one, that last corner, I pushed it just a little too far and lost both the times. Did not commit to that corner hard enough. Need to brake a little bit later and trail that all the way through. Get on the gas a little bit earlier. I have a lot of time to gain on that one. $100-meter board here. Caught some understeer. It's going to hemorrhage my exit. Need to brake a little bit earlier. So right at that 100-meter board, I braked right after it. So right at her, maybe as my nose hits it instead of passing it. So about a car length different. That should change that corner for me. Braking right there at the curbing. Waiting until you can get a little bit of a grip before you hit the gas. Make sure you don't get any wheel spin. My low fuel light's gonna pop on here in just a little bit. But I should have one more lap left. Yeah, it's feeling about right. We'll be close. Should gain time there. Woo! That one felt better. Ha ha ha! There we go, there we go. That was a good one. Trying to flirt with the weight a little bit. This one's going to be a little sketchy coming through here. Had to lift a little bit, make sure we don't catch that wall. Oh, I tapped the brakes. I don't need to tap the brakes there. A little bit later on the throttle, just to ensure that we don't go off track there. Because I need a banker lap in. Not my best one ever, but where are we at? There we go! There we go! That's the time I'm looking for. That's the time I'm looking for. Terrible, terrible, terrible first sector. But we got a few places we can make up the time still. Nope. Open curve, we're gonna try and hustle it, but we're gonna lose time. Really getting on the gas a little bit earlier. This is where it gets fresh, because even if I hit even a tenth or two slower than before, I already gained another 2/10 on this one. So it's all about hooking up one single solid lap. Sometimes that can just be really hard. There we go. That's another 2/10. My exit was decent enough. Yeah, we're even going to gain a little bit of time down the straight. There we go. We got this. Come on, hold it. Bad, bad corner. So I need to brake half a car length before the 100-meter board when I actually do qualifying. And that'll hook it up a little bit better. Not as good. I think I got a slightly better exit than I did the previous lap, but we're going to end up even Stevens there. Okay. Nope, locked up. Big lock, off track. Quali, that would be it. So what's the time that we would have hit? 3:55.8. Not my fastest. Let's see, what's my fastest lap? 2:55.1. Or 3:55.1 was my fastest, so. That's alright. Cut that curve just a little bit, out wide, a little bit of a lift, back on the throttle, brakes. Just a tiny bit to keep the front pointed. Throttle up a little bit here, gonna try and cut that curve. Throttle out. Man, that section is fun. I do like that section a lot. Maybe go and cut that curve a little bit more. We're gonna practice a pit entry here, because our quali session's over, so this one we got. There we go, that one was close. And where we ended up on the fuel. .2 gallons left. 10 gallons is going to be my go-to. Actually, I'm going to add in just a tiny bit more.
2, 1. Right here.
Because my where you start for your quali lap. So I started here at the pit, and I'm at 0.1 gallons. But for quali, you start over here. So that doesn't sound like a lot, but I need to probably put in what? What can I put in? $10.6. 10.6 gallons. We're gonna save that one because this will be the setup that I run tomorrow for quali. So you start here, so you're using that 0.1 that I have left. I would probably run out of gas right here as I'm coming through the chicanes. Right here at the carb go. Or it'd be too close for comfort, and I'm not gonna tinker with that. So 10.6. So I mean, yeah, I'm basically 2 seconds faster than what my qualifying time was last time because I couldn't hit a clean lap. And most of the time now on this track where I'm having the most trouble is this corner. Yep, I like to just peek right around it. Let's see how close I actually was real quick. Is that lap 2? Dance, motherfucker! This is where I got the off track. There it is. This little spot. That is why I got that off track. Look at that. That's the margin. And that is probably exactly how freaking close I was before. I mean, that is. Because you got to keep it on the curb. So right here, I'm probably like tire patches on there. Bam, off. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. So I mean, at its worst. Bim bim bim, wadi bim bim bim, wadi ba ba two bim bim, wadi ba 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 bim. That's at its worst. And that is as close as I was in my last two on my first round of qualifying. So I want to get better because I would rather not. I'd rather have a better qualifying time because that's what I'm capable of. My goal during the whole thing is to average roughly a 357. That's my hope. Because I can hit this, and like I said, I mean, I can get a half a second more. Like I can get 3/4 of a second faster. But that's pushing. That is the best lap I've ever hit. Odds of doing that, or the it's not the odds, but the is it smart to do that in a 24-hour race? Is it smart to really throw it as hard as you possibly can? Probably not. So look at my name. My name's on the car. It looks so good. Dang, my teams I've been are just fire, dude. Creating some sick liveries. Super into it. Let's just admire this for a second. What my teammate has come up with. I mean, it's not like the flashiest livery ever, but that's clean. That's clean, man. Look at my name up there. This is Matt. Raced with him every endurance race so far. He is a newcomer who I have not even talked to yet. I know he speaks some English, but he is primarily German speaking. But I'm super excited. It's gonna be wicked fun to race with everyone. I'm just stoked. So I'm gonna keep the good times rolling, and then I will I might record my qualifying session. I don't think I'm going to stream it because I truly don't want to just mess it up, and I want to be able to focus. So I'm gonna try and record it, probably post the video, the hot lap of it, and we'll go from there. But my goal is 355 if I can. Anything in the 355 I would be super happy with. Super happy with. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys.